7 years ago, Rockstar would officially launch the hype train for their upcoming AAA blockbuster by releasing the announcement trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2, a prequel to their 2010 hit Red Dead Redemption. A year later, Red Dead Redemption 2 would release to critical acclaim, rightfully so, as the game featured a massive, highly detailed open world alongside a rich and engaging story with memorable characters and moments. Rockstar had spent $540 million developing and marketing the game, making it one of the most expensive video game projects in history. Along with the story mode, Red Dead 2 also includes an online mode called Red Dead Online, where players could create their own character and delve into the world of Red Dead Redemption. Given the wild success of GTA 5's GTA Online, many players were looking forward to just Red Dead Online, let alone the story mode. In October 26, 2018, the world found out just how much hype had built up for the game. Red Dead Redemption 2 made its entire budget back and then some within just the first 3 days of its release, generating $725 million in sales and outperforming all estimates. The game would go on to sell 57 million copies by September of 2023, generating well over $1.4 billion for Rockstar just in sales alone. Red Dead Redemption 2 was a financial juggernaut for Rockstar with its sales figures alone. Given the financial success of GTA Online with its constant updates, it seemed assured that Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online would receive the same support post-launch. However, here we are 6 years later, and there have been 0 story mode DLCs and only a handful of updates to Red Dead Online, with none of them being major updates like what GTA Online is still receiving to this day. So why is that? With the game being hugely successful both financially and critically, why has Rockstar abandoned the potential money printer that is Red Dead Redemption 2? When it comes to the story mode of Red Dead Redemption 2, it takes about 182 hours to complete every single activity, so you might be thinking, well, of course there isn't going to be any type of story DLC when it takes nearly 200 hours to complete the story mode. And sure, when there's almost 200 hours worth of content at your disposal in a single playthrough, let alone multiple playthroughs with different choices, there really isn't a need for any story DLC. This might be seen as a bit of a relief when so many game developers nowadays release a game in an incomplete state but still charge full price, but then sell you the rest of the game piece by piece in DLCs. However, Rockstar not only delivers amazing complete games, but usually releases several story DLCs in the years that follow the release of their games, like with GTA 4, LA Noire, and Red Dead Redemption. Yet, here we are 6 years later with not a single bit of post-release content for Red Dead Redemption 2's story mode. What is even more odd is that there is an entire section of the map that is primed for story DLC. If you venture down to the southern border, you'll see Mexico, which was accessible in the original Red Dead. Now you might be thinking, of course there is some eye candy there, you can't just have an empty void at the edge of the map. Well, the bit of Mexico you see here is more than just eye candy or window dressing. You can exploit a glitch and travel to Mexico, where you can explore Mexico and visit locations from the first game. While just about all of the buildings are missing, there are still audio cues and ambient noises, along with a lot of detail for an area that is supposed to be seen from the edge of the map. You can also fully walk it. It's not like it's just visually there and there's no collision texture. You can ride your horse, get off your horse, and explore. It's clear that one of two things were supposed to happen with this part of the map. One, Mexico was intended to be an accessible area in the base game for Red Dead 2, but was cut due to time constraints. Or two, Mexico was intended to be a story DLC, but for some reason, these plans weren't cancelled. And with the information that we know nowadays about the amount of crunch that there was in developing Red Dead 2, it's looking like option 1 might be the answer. But even if Rockstar didn't want to undertake the completion of Mexico, smaller DLCs like side quests or new weapons like the Buffalo Rifle, a personal favorite rifle of mine from Red Dead Redemption, would have been far simpler and more cost-effective to produce. Yet, there still hasn't been any in 6 years. While this certainly doesn't hurt the single-player experience, it is still by far one of the best in the history of video games in my opinion. It kind of stings that there's no further expansion on any of the characters' backstories or any fun DLC like Undead Nightmare from Red Dead Redemption. You might also think that the devs are focusing their efforts on Red Dead Online, which is what Rockstar even said. Well, let's take a look there. Red Dead Online fully launched later in 2019. Given the runaway success that GTA Online was, and still is, many assumed that Red Dead Online would see similar large, consistent updates and years of support. Red Dead Online launched in a rocky state to say the least. Content was pretty slim, with a few online story missions and free roam missions. The in-game economy was also broken, with hunting being the most profitable activity, but even then being a miserable grind. As time went on, hopes of online becoming the cowboy version of GTA Online with purchasable properties, the ability to start your own illicit enterprises, and more modes and missions began to fade. At an excruciatingly slow pace, new PvP modes, another round of online story missions, and even roles were added to the game, but for many players it was too little too late. While the roles of Naturalist, Moonshiner, Collector, and Bounty Hunter brought much needed role-playing activities to the game, these updates were roughly 6 months apart from each other. While certain in-game activities and events occurred on a more regular basis, these weren't major content updates and were often recycled as the years went on. Unfortunately, as time went on as well, players with mod menus became more and more prevalent, especially on PC. Despite adding every single one I see to my block list, it never fails that there's a new crop of these modders every time I log in, just about. In fact, it becomes rare that I don't see someone in the lobby not running these mod menus. Rockstar's lack of action on this front ruins one of the most enjoyable aspects about the game, the open world. Despite the lack of updates, I still enjoy just wandering around the open world, since it's so detailed and beautiful, even in online. This gets ruined when there's some kid warping around, tying me up, and dropping me from the stratosphere or in front of a train. And those are some of the more tame experiences I've had and seen.
There's the UFO.
Yeah, no, this is
There-
Red Dead
oh,
Online.
yeah.
This is the Red Dead Online experience.
Cheating in this game. Like, isn't the fun part playing it? Like, he just spawned a bunch of collector's items. Now he's doing a bunch, right? Spawned a bunch of collector's items, sold them, so he has all the money and gold that he wants, right? They're just randomly killing a bunch of people, just ruining their play experience.
But that then again begs the question, why? Why hasn't Rockstar released any story DLC? Why has Rockstar ceased support for Red Dead Online? Why has Rockstar abandoned Red Dead Redemption 2? There are two answers to this, both from the GTA franchise. GTA Online was an unexpected success. Rockstar had never really done a dedicated online mode to this level before. Beforehand, you just pick some random pre-made character, go into online, either roam around the map or play a couple of online modes, but you would never create your own character and create your own story. This changed with GTA Online and Red Dead Online. But Rockstar decided to milk this new income source for everything it's worth. GTA 5 is an 11-year-old game at this point, and GTA Online is still receiving constant major updates. Why? Because shark cards are selling. If you haven't taken a look at the price of new vehicles in GTA Online, they're insanely expensive. When GTA Online released, you could play a few missions, have fun, and get pretty much whatever you wanted in-game in a reasonable amount of time, just by playing the in-game missions. Now if you don't want to grind your life away for the latest crazy vehicles, shark card. While Red Dead Online has their own version of shark cards in gold, it doesn't generate near the income that GTA Online does. Partially due to the lack of nutty futuristic vehicles like the flying scooter, bike, or whatever the hell that thing's called, and the gameplay is much slower than GTA, thereby not appealing to the goldfish attention span of younger players. Also due to the fact that Rockstar just really didn't give Red Dead Online the chance to grow and decided to play it safe with GTA Online. Another factor is that, well, someone has to make GTA 6. Rockstar titles are not small undertakings, and with GTA Online being their main cash cow, Red Dead 2 being their most recent release, and GTA 6 in development, something had to give. Devs had to be reassigned from one project to work on another. So does Rockstar pull devs from their cash cow? Nope. Are they going to slow down work on GTA 6 to develop new content for Red Dead 2? Nope. So sadly, from a business perspective, the only logical thing was to pull all future development plans for Red Dead 2 and Red Dead Online and dedicate those developers to working on the next major installment, which is GTA 6, which will undoubtedly have a new GTA Online and a new money printer for Rockstar. So where does this leave Red Dead 2? Well, the story mode is still there, obviously that's not going anywhere, but the online experience is, sadly, it's going to probably be around until Rockstar just doesn't really feel like paying for the servers anymore, which with the money that Red Dead 2 made, the servers should be on for quite some time. And perhaps it's the best that Red Dead Online did not receive the same treatment as GTA Online. There was, of course, plenty of memes about flying horses and maybe automobiles being added to the game with crazy weapon attachments and such. And if you go play GTA Online right now and you were one of those original players that played it back when it launched, it is not what it was when it launched. But Red Dead Online is in the state to where it's still pretty true to the base game and to the core of the Red Dead experience. And again, maybe it's for the best that Red Dead Online didn't get this insane treatment that GTA Online did, where Rockstar is just trying to milk every single penny out of your pocket for it. But at the same time too, well, there's nothing really there to do that most of us haven't done already. And that's sad on one hand, but you have that little positive spin on the other hand. So let me know what you guys think about Red Dead 2 being just kind of left to its own devices and Red Dead Online being simply left to die in the comments down below. If you enjoy this type of content, let me know in the comments down below. Trying out a new thing here on the channel. If you want to see more, please let me know down there. Hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday, wonderful rest of your week. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.